guys. So this morning I just wanted to give you guys a quick update of the new tactics that I feel I am experiencing. I don't know if there been tactics that have been happening to you. I don't know what stage of targeting this is classified as being. I've been a target for over 5 to 6 years now. You lose count after a while. You just start saying, oh well, I'm a target. You start making it a part of your new lifestyle, way of living. It's not a happy way of living, but it's a way to, you're going to get accustomed to it and saying this is the normal life to you. You're going to be followed. You're going to be harassed. People are going to start problems. So anyways, so the new tactic that I'm experiencing right now is that when you're driving on the freeway and it's at nighttime, the police, ambulance, whoever in that field will get behind you and flash their lights. This happened to me twice within like a couple of weeks of time. Okay, once it happened to me and I had another adult in my car to witness this, so we just was like, okay, well maybe he got so mad, he was like, oh hell, like as soon as we get off the freeway, I'm about to jump out and ask them what's their problem. I'm like, no, because in my mind, anything that's out of the norm, I already know it's a part of their tactic, right? So we're just driving and this ambulance truck pulls up behind us. It's only about like 10 p.m., 9 p.m. and we don't see no, at that time I didn't notice if there's an accident or not on my side of the road. There was one on the other side, so we're confused. He don't have his lights on, his siren on or nothing. So he pulls right behind me, tailgating, and he flashes his light. This is the ambulance truck, okay? That's one incident. So then last Friday, I went to pick up my son, and then this big F-150 comes behind me, flashing his light. And so at this time, I couldn't identify what kind of car it was, so I stayed in that lane. Like, what are you flashing your lights for? Mind you, both of the times I was in the slow lane. That's very critical information for you to know. I was in the slow lane. It's lane as soon as you get on the freeway, so you can't really pick up a lot of speed until you catch up to the speed of the freeway traffic. So this is both times. As soon as you get on the freeway, somewhere they get on right behind you, you don't even pay attention to it, and start in this same F-150 start flashing its lights more than once. So I'm still driving in this slow lane, trying to comprehend why is this car flashing this light. I keep looking behind me. I'm on the phone with one of my friends. I'm telling her, like, girl, this car keep flashing its lights. What are they doing? And she was like, oh, sometimes I mean to speed up. I said, but they're in the slow lane. Why can't they go around and go to the fast lanes? It don't make sense, right? And so I said, let me pull over to see what this is, because I like to get the look of people and start videotaping, like, who is this? Like me, it's not a scare tactic for me, it's an angry tactic for me. Like I guess when it happens to certain people, it's supposed to be a scare tactic, but me, it made me mad. So I'm like, let me see who this is, you know? And so I pull over, not pull off the freeway, but change lanes to a faster lane, and the side of the car said police. Have you guys heard of that? A F-150. Not no, you know, I know they have different cars, but that's my first time seeing a police car that was a F-150 pickup truck with the, you know, the little bins in the back. I never seen a big truck like that. And the writing was written in big red writing. So he never put on his lights, if he even had them. He just was flashing. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe he's in an emergency and he's trying to get to the car in front of me without being identified. Maybe it's undercover. I said, no, it can't be an undercover cop, because it says police biggest day on the side of the car. So that's a new tactic, right? I feel, because why did it happen more than once? Anything that happens more than once in the same type of same type of way, I assume it was one of their tactics. I assume that it's supposed to make you scared, and you're supposed to just start driving crazy or panicking or pull over at the, you know, cause an accident, because it literally does make you want to just hurry up and move out their way, because I ain't gonna lie, at first you start saying what's going on, so you start getting nervous, and it makes you want to just hurry up and switch lanes, not even thinking like who's in the next lane, right? Because then I'm trying to get over, it was a big like truck next to me, So I was like, oh God, and this truck wouldn't move fast enough so I can get over. So it was just a whole bunch of mess. So look out for that. Please don't panic, because then up the road, I saw a motorcycle cop. So was it supposed to make you panic and you start speeding to get away from the car? I don't know what the tactic is, but I'm just trying to let you guys look out for it so we can help look out for each other. Also, let me tell you what else happened. So I'm at work, you guys, and we do community sites where we help individuals that have mental illnesses. We take them out of the community, or I take them to like a program, events, whatever you want to do, right? So we're driving to go get supplies. It's just me and another co-worker, African-American woman, and she goes, do you ever have the urge that people are following you? Who says that, you guys? Out of nowhere. So I said, here we go, one of their tactics. I said, no, but I know that if it's not an urge, it's a knowing. I said, you know what? I have been advocating for all types of people. So that's what comes along in that field of work, that you're going to get harassed. I said, so if you advocating for anybody, if you part of that, then you're going to get harassed, if that's what you mean. And she was like, no, it's crazy. I feel like there's people following me and that they all have these signals and all that. I said, why do you feel so comfortable to talk about that? Most people don't talk about stuff like that, you know? And I'm telling her that, and she was like, I don't know, it's something about you. It's just connections with people. You can tell that you're not going to be a person of judgment. And I was just like, that's true. I wouldn't judge you. But I heard about that. I said, well, here's some resources to look into. So I told her about targeting. I never did pretty much go into too many details that I felt I was targeted, because I kept feeling it was a tactic for them to try to get somebody to make you sound like you're crazy. So you always got to be cautious. If God was putting her to talk to me or whatever, because the story she stated did kind of seem like it was realistic. She said she was dating before, and her mate got into it, and she said her mate was a Mason. Her mate was turning into a Mason. Her mate family was Masons, and that her mate would sit there every time they got in arguments, that her mate, that's when the targeting would happen to her. She said, I remember a time I was at the store, and me and my mate got into an argument, and all of a sudden I seen her doing something to her hair, and then these people came out of nowhere, and I was sitting in the bus stop because I didn't even want to drive back in her car. I was going to take the bus home, wherever I was going to, because they didn't live together. And so she said while she's sitting at the bus stop, she felt like wind fly by her, like somebody was shooting something at her. Not to the point where guns, she said, I don't know what it was, but I kept feeling like shooting air at me. She couldn't explain. She said, like if you had a paintball fly by you and you could feel the pressure or the wind flying by you. And I was like, what? So I'm listening to all this, and then she had multiple stories, you guys. But the only problem is where it's hard to believe anybody, because you just got to sit there and think, me out of all people, why did you come to me with this story? Right? So she was cool. Would I classify her as being part of my targeting? Yeah, because it was just too suspicious to me. But I was just saying that's another tactic. I don't know if they're trying to use that tactic to bring us closer to people, so that we can think we have people as our friends or in our unit, and we start get to talking, and then that person starts to verify that she's crazy, she's crazy. So you got to keep it a minimum. So I'm just trying to tell you guys that, so if this ever happens to you, you be prepared. Like, don't fall for it. I didn't fall for it. So she's telling me all these things, and then she asked me for my number. I gave her my number because they gonna get your number regardless. You a target, they got your house, they got your phone number. You change phones, they get it regardless. So I gave her my phone number, and she texted me, said, can you please send me information on what is this about? I sent her the information. I said, just read it, look at some of the videos, and go off your own discretion. So she supposedly watched them. She would text me every now and then, and ask questions, and I would give her as much information as possible. She came in, we still was cool, very friendly person, very funny personality. Then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Don't know where she at, don't know what happened to her. I tried texting her saying, are you okay? because I know when you were Target and things get hard. Because then she started saying her life was really, really hard. She said, I keep going. She was getting homeless and all type of stuff. So that's what made me classify her as being a real target. Because she was like, oh man, everything is so hard right now. I lost the house I was in. I'm homeless and stuff like that. So I was just like, dang, so that might be real. She might really be going through something. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Keep me posted. But that's a new tactics that I'm going through. I just want to know if you guys going through the same thing, or have you experienced somebody actually coming to you proclaiming to be a target and acting like they don't know.